Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Rubaia. I'm from Group 7 and the member of Group 7 in Critical Evaluative Reading. And the member of Group 7 are Siti Rubaia and also Ain Suryanti, and the last is Gita Atika Rizkiani. So in this video, I and my friends will try to explain about fallacies. What is the fallacies and the type of fallacies? What is the fallacies? Fallacies is an argument that looks true but actually contains an error. Jadi fallacy itu adalah sebuah argumen yang terlihat benar, tapi pada kenyataannya itu error, memiliki kesalahan, mengandung kesalahan. Kemudian type of fallacies, fallacies divided to three types. The first is fallacies of ambiguity, second fallacies of relevancy, and the last is fallacies of presumption. About the first material about fallacies of ambiguity, inshallah will explain by me. The first is fallacies of ambiguity. What is fallacies of ambiguity? Fallacies of ambiguity is something that is not clear in the argument. Jadi fallacies ambiguity itu adalah sesuatu yang tidak jelas dalam sebuah argumen. Kemudian fallacies of ambiguity divided to type. The first is equivocation and the last is ambivalence. The first is about equivocation. What is equivocation? Equivocation is the argument using one word into different meaning or have two meaning or less firm or vague. Jadi equivocation itu adalah sebuah argumen yang memiliki satu kata yang memiliki Jadi equivocation itu adalah sebuah argumen yang menggunakan satu kata yang memiliki dua makna yang berbeda. Kemudian kayak kurang tegas gitu, kurang jelas, seperti sama-sama kayak gitu katanya tuh. Kemudian the example is premise 1, Sharon's new boyfriend a Turkey. Premise 2, Turkey's couple. The example, therefore Sharon's new boyfriend is a fast eater. Nah, jadi di premise 1, Turkey's in the first premise refers to people or human, but in premise 2, Turkey's refers to animal. Jadi di premis pertama tuh Turkinya itu merujuk kepada seseorang, kepada manusia, kepada people or that's human. But in premis 2, Turkey is merujuk kepada sebuah hewan, gitu, seekor hewan. And so the conclusion doesn't follow. Jadi kesimpulannya itu tidak mengikuti. And the last material in fallacies of ambiguity is ambivalence. What is ambivalence? When the arguer misinterpret an ambiguous claim. Jadi ketika seorang arguer, seorang pendebat misinterpret, jadi salah menafsirkan claim yang ambigu. Kemudian the conclusion drawn because ambiguity in sentence structure or premise. Jadi kesimpulannya diambil karena sentence structure yang ambigu atau premisnya yang ambigu. The example is the will read that Mr. Klein his house and his collection of Hamels figurines to Marissa and Joy Lisa. Conclusion is therefore Marissa get the house and Joy Lisa get the Hamels. Okay, I think enough for me about the fallacies of ambiguity. I'm sorry for my every mistake. Hopefully it's help you. It can help you understand about this material. And the next material about fallacies of relevancy and fallacies of presumption will explained by my friends. Thank you.
Okay, and the next material, I'm going to explain about fallacies of privilege. Second type of fallacies of content focus especially on whether the terms are relevant to the conclusion. In a good argument, the premises are relevant to the conclusion. And the first one is the fallacy of the appeal to force occurs when a person argues that a statement is true or that you should do something because the person or others have the power make bad thing happen to you if you don't believe that statement or fail to perform the recommended action. For example, I ought to pick. Otherwise, I'm going to take bath and bowl and go home. The threat fails to provide good evidence for the claim that the person should pitch a much better argument, would appeal to the person's pitching skill as a reason why that person should be the pitcher. Jadi dalam kesalahan relevansi ini merupakan jenis kekeliruan yang kedua. Jadi kesalahan relevansi ini berfokus secara khusus pada apakah premis relevan dengan kesimpulan. Dalam argumen yang baik, premis-premisnya itu relevan dan berkorelasi dengan kesimpulannya. Misalnya pada kalimat saya harus melempar, kalau tidak saya akan mengambil tongkat pemukul dan bola. Setelah itu langsung pulang. Nah, ancaman gagal memberikan bukti yang baik untuk klaim yang harus diajukan oleh orang tersebut. Dan argumen yang jauh lebih baik akan menarik bagi keterampilan melempar orang tersebut sebagai alasan mengapa orang tersebut harus menjadi pelempar. And the next point is appeal to pity. The fallacy of the appeal to pity is similar to the appeal to force in the I mean that you take some action. In the place of the appeal to pity, the argument appeals to pity. Students sometimes use this type argument. I had two other tests to study for and then I oversleep. Please excuse me for doing today assignment. Means patch with the such appeals who can resist. Yes, although such argument might be persuasive with teachers, they are generally fallacious for us with the appeal to force anything including contradictory conclusion can follow from invoking pity. Jadi bandingkan untuk belas kasihan di sini memaksa dalam hal menyarankan untuk mengambil beberapa tindakan. Jadi dalam fallacy of the appeal to pity ini, si pendebat itu memohon belas kasihan. Dalam kasus ini, siswa itu kadang-kadang menggunakan jenis argumen yang sudah disebutkan tadi, yang artinya itu saya memiliki dua ujian lain untuk dipelajari dan kemudian saya ketiduran, mohon permisi untuk mengerjakan tugas hari ini. Jadi siswa itu meminta gurunya untuk bisa agar siswa tersebut mengerjakan ujian pada hari itu juga. Nah, dihadapkan dengan permohonan seperti itu, siapa sih yang nggak bisa menolak gitu kan? Namun, meskipun argumen seperti itu mungkin persuasif dengan guru, mereka umumnya keliru karena seperti seruan untuk memaksa gitu. Apapun termasuk kesimpulan yang kontradiktif dan mengikuti dari memohon belas kasihan tersebut. And the point 3 is ad hominem. Latin meaning directs to or organized. The person is particularly punished because it direct attention to the issue but the person him or herself. Consequently, the premises of this argument relevant the conclusion. At the same time, such arguments are often for sale queer for their frequent use in the political campaigns and debate. Okay, and the number 4 is where's the appeal to vanity. Appeals to the reader uniqueness. The many numbers occurs when a statement is thought to be true because many vote to listen it. And the number 5 is appeal to numbers. reports by the belief in angel, and 56% believe they had some extraterrestrial when intonation is fallacious. Many people could be wrong. It's their beliefs. Not too many countries ago, most people believed that the sun went around the earth, but the fact most believe this provides no evidence for how the solar age of angels. And the last point is fallacies of time. A final set of fallacies of privilege conquers time. People often use time as reasoning for claiming that a statement is true or false, or that one ought not to the precise product. There are 4% of the fallacies of time. And the point 1 is appeal to tradition. The argument goes like this: because belief is old, or because a product is company has been around for a long time, the belief must be true or the product good quality. Jadi yang pertama itu tradisi. Argumennya itu seperti ini. Karena kepercayaan sudah tua atau karena suatu produk sudah sejak lama ada, maka kepercayaan itu sudah pasti benar dengan kualitas produk yang sangat baik. And the number 2 is appealability. The argument content that's because a belief a product is new. The belief must be true of the product good quality. Jadi poin yang kedua itu merupakan kebaruan daya tarik. Jadi argumen tersebut menyatakan bahwa karena suatu produk adalah baru, keyakinan akan benar tentang kualitas produk yang baik gitu, karena produknya baru. And the third one is stagnation, because belief is old, or because a product is company has been around for a long time, the belief must be true, or the product good quality, or the product company out of the depth. Jadi stagnasi itu karena kepercayaan itu sudah tua atau lama produknya, karena suatu produk perusahaan misalnya sudah ada sejak lama, kepercayaan itu pasti benar atau produk itu berkualitas baik, serta produk perusahaan itu yang mungkin bisa dibilang ketinggalan zaman, namun kualitasnya yang tetap baik gitu. And the last one is no precedent. Because a belief is new or product is new, the belief must be false. The product suspect in quality. Penjelasannya, karena kepercayaan itu baru atau produk itu baru, jadi orang yang percaya itu pasti salah, produk yang dicurigai itu dalam kualitas yang baik, begitu. Okay, that's all for me, and I'm apologize if a lot I mistake, and the next material will be explained by Gita.
Hello friends, I'm Gita, and I'll continue the material about fallacies. So the next is about fallacies of presumption. Fallacies of presumptions is about taking things for granted in the arguments that should not be taken for granted. That is fallacies of presumption. These fallacies have 3 parts. The first one is false dichotomy. False dichotomy is about if you have 2 arguments, the second one is false argument, so you have to conclude your argument in the first argument. But if you have 3 argument A, B, and C, you have to blacklist your argument and the second one. So you have to agree with the first argument, so you
you can conclude your argument in the sentence of the third one. So that is false dichotomy. And then the next is begging the question. When you have argument about something, begging the question can help you to make the conclusion. It can be with another language. This suggests you to make the conclusion of your argument. And then the third one is complex question. This complex question is explained by maybe you can big equation, but that is the complex question. Like you have one of argument, and then you begging the question by, is it true or false? Like that is complex question. Okay, so that is about fallacies of our group. I hope you all can catch what we try to explain. This is about fallacies, so I hope it can help you to understand the material. And this is the last material of reading, a critical and evaluative reading. So thank you for all, and last, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye.